Hello everyone, welcome to Home Building Automation System. Today we are taking a look at merging histories in Niagara. So there are a few benefits of doing Niagara for history mergers. So as you can see from the screen here, so there are a couple of benefits. I have just highlighted few of them. So one is it can be used to merge a history where the history got updated to a new history ID, so that let's say last year history was on a different ID and this year history is on different ID. So basically, like on the same variable, you would be able to merge them and create a report out of it. The second one is, so you can see the motor consumption. So what this will help you to do is, so if you have a, if you are monitoring, let's say, motor on, so you can compare yearly report so that you know how your mechanical system, basically the motor, is functioning, and you could generate quarterly reports or weekly reports or yearly reports. So, and also it will give you a brief idea on how your set point and the feedback is working. So basically, let's say how if you have a room temperature which has to be controlled to, let's say, 72°F, you could monitor that room comfort zone and try to analyze. Similarly, you can do like a ppm of the zone. So year to year, how your comfort zone or how your ppm is maintaining in that zone. And also, so based on your climatic conditions, where the weather keeps changing, maybe like summer to winter, winter to rainy. So you can try to monitor your humidity, temperature, and so on. So today I will give a example on Niagara, how we are going to create or merge histories. I'll create sample temperature, then we'll try to create a history on that, and then we'll try to merge the histories and produce an output. So the output can be in a different format. You could do it manually by exporting into an spreadsheet CSV format. You could also do like a weekly report, or you can generate a report monthly, and also that report can be sent through the email. So let's get started. So on this one, let us navigate to, okay, let's get started. Let us navigate to PackNet folder. So let me create a folder named called like compare, or let's call it as merge history. Okay, so now we have a folder called merge history. Let us create a few points. So I will try to use numerical writable. I will call this writable as supplier temperature 1. So we will try to have a function block that can give us some values. So I'll try to use this ramp value to SAT1. So under SAT, so we'll try to add a history extension. Let us call this, let us find this from the palette, histories extension. So I'll just use numerical interval for time being. So in the numerical interval, it can be set to any intervals as per the site commissioning point list, or whatever the commissioning engineer wants, right? So currently I'm going to set this for 1 second so that we have a lot of data. Right, so now we have set up, but it is still not enabled. So I will go ahead and enable this. So currently, let us keep this for about, I would say, 5 minutes. Let the data get accumulated here. And once after 5 minutes, what I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate SAT1 and create SAT2. So meaning the supply temperature history ID gets updated to one more history log file, and then we will try to compare SAT1 and SAT2, right? So I'll pause the video for some time, let it log for about 5 minutes. We will get back after 5 minutes, and then we'll keep the second variable SAT2 for again 5 minutes, and then we'll compare a report. Okay, we are back. I think it's more than 5 minutes. So currently what I'm going to do is, let us say this trend will be stopped. So now from recording, and then we'll try to duplicate this, right? So now we have SAT2, then we will try to record on SAT2 for another 5 minutes. So we will be back in another 5 minutes again once the record is done. Okay, so we are back now. So I think it's over 5 minutes. So we have 5 minutes data on here, 5 minutes data on here. Let us try to stop the data over here. Okay, so now we have to use a certain palette. So let's get series transform from the palette. So in this we have, so from the palette, so we're gonna choose transform graph. So we will be trying to use this under merge histories. So the transform graph is shown here. Let us click here, right? So where sheet pops in. So let us take history source. So once you drag history source, call it as SAT1. So yeah, so let us click on to view scheme and source configuration. So let us go and select SAT1 that we created here, right? So we are going to select SAT1. So now the time range can also be chosen here. So date range and the interval. So currently I'll just leave it to the default. Okay, then click OK. So again, come back to the same view here, right? Click on the source schema where it says trend flags. So here we are going to take out few things which are trend flags and status. We don't need them. So let us remove these two and keep only value, and then click OK. So we now have SAT1. Similarly, let us try to duplicate this. So where we have SAT2, and then we will choose SAT2 history, and then click OK. So we will have similar setup on this one as well. So if there is any change in the interval and setup, just make sure they are same. So you can also do it differently. I'll show you how. So let us try to remove these two and then click OK. So now we have two references or two variables of histories. So now let us try to composite them, right? So the composite is in the under the notes folder. Then use composite here, right, to merge the data. Okay, so when you click on composite folder, so there is an option to play button, right? So once you click there, so you can see, so currently what are the parameters or the schema that we are using. We can update again to different schemas, and if you want, uh, so because we have already selected the schema on the SAT 1 and 2, so we are good here. So now the composite folder is ready to go, and now we have to generate a output. So for that we are going to use terminal. So right, so in the terminal, when you click on the terminal, right, um, so you can see, you can rearrange this, and you can see what is being produced or produced as a result. Okay, so now we have all this ready. Okay, so now what we are going to do is, so we are going to say, we are going back to the folder where we had merge histories, then we are going for transform graph and right click, and we will say resolve graph. So now you can see that the values for SAT1 and SAT2 are considered, and also there is a time frame or the time range that we did choose here or left it as it is currently under the same setup here. We could again come back here and change if needed. Currently I'm going to keep it the same. So this is how the transform parameter looks. So I will go ahead and click OK. So once we click OK, right, so we have a table which says SAT1. So we did a trend log on this for about 5 minutes every 1 second, and then we stopped trending that and then started trending on SAT2 again for about 5 minutes, right? So we have two comparisons now, or I would say the data is on the uh, similar file. So let us produce an output. So we can save this as a CSV format. So I will just go ahead and choose a new folder. Sorry, let's go and create a new folder called history. And I will call this as SAT 1 and 2. Right. So SAT 1 and 2 are created. I will open up that file to show you the result. Yeah. So we can see whatever we have seen under the table on Niagara. So we have similar structure here. So the values are loaded here for about 5 minutes, and then later we created one more trend on the same parameter uh, where the values gets discarded because that trend is not stored anymore, and the new trend where it starts gets logged here. So this is one way of getting the report. So let us go to merge history again here, right? So under the merge history, so we are um, trying to say like we would like to generate a report. Uh, so we can do that using one of the function block. So let us get started on the other setup, how we are going to do there, right? So for that, what we need is report service. Let's go and choose a report service from our palette. So in the reporting, so first we have to select report services. So we need this under our main services or station services. So currently I do not have it. I'm just going to use this under the service. Okay, it is added. Now I will go to Vicon Pro components, right, from the palette. Sorry. Okay, so once I have this, go to report and select two components. So one is report file recipient, where the report gets stored, and one is Vicon Pro report source, right? So these two, will be linked together, right? Select report file recipient and say the path where you want to store. So for now I'll choose file. So I will create a new folder called merge, and in this I will choose to save my file. So okay, so now, so let us go back to transform graph and click on resolve graph, right? So and then say okay. So we have to be in this window to find out the path order. So let us say I will say, so this becomes my path order. So I'm going to copy this from transformer, slots, driver, and so on. So I will copy this path starting from transform, and I will go back to my wire sheet again, right? So here, when you go to the property, AX property sheet, so you can use the same path, the order path that we copied, right? Copy it here or paste it here, and then what kind of output do you need? So yes, let's stick with CSV. We can do PDF if the comparison or merging of charts are properly set up. That's where you can have weekly or quarterly PDF for whatever you are trying to merge. So it's very, very helpful. So you have less work and it can give you a report by itself. So let's say table to CSV for now. Then I will say finish. Okay, so then save the setup, right? So now there are different other options like portrait, landscape. So I believe landscape is much uh, better when we are doing PDF. So you can try to configure accordingly, right? So we can see that um, the folder called merge is created, right? But there are no files under that. Okay. So currently I'm going to right click on Vicon Pro report source and say generate. So when I do that, right, so I will have a CSV exported under my file directory under the merge, right? So this is also very handy. So you could have based on schedule and so on. Let us see, like, so you can expose slots and try to trigger it based on your schedule. So now we have the report here. So let us say we want to merge, we have merged the data, and let us say we want the data that is merged to be sent out as an email, right? So for that, what we have to do is let us catch up on palette and take email recipient, right? So on the email recipient, so we will route this here. Am I choosing the right one? Oh, sorry, I think I choose a different function block. It has to be um, under report actually. So it will be under the reports, so under the reports, so there is a email recipient. Choose this email recipient, don't choose the other one. So then direct the output of Icon Pro to an email. So if you select the email recipient X property sheet, so you have two. You can try to hide if you do not want to know who is being sent to under BCC, and so on, and save. Then you will be able to send the same report via email. So so this helps, I believe. So thank you for watching. Let me know if this is a good one, and if you want me to do some other videos on N4, please comment me in the comment section. And happy day. See you next time.